Heather, aka ALIA. And today I'll be doing a Q&A mukbang.
Editor Heather here. Yes, I know that I said mukbang the entire video. It's mukbang. I'm sorry.
In celebration of my 100 followers on Instagram. Thank you so much for 100. I'm so excited. So yeah, let's get started. So for my drink today, I have this water with a little squirt of jade lemon berry flavoring. So very refreshing. Alright, and then the first question is from RenMusic99. She said, what are you going to have for your mukbang? And the answer to that, let's get my little haul out. So I've never done a mukbang before, so I didn't exactly know all that I should get. So I kind of just got a collection of some of my favorite foods. So firstly, I got veggie rolls. I don't know if you can see them. They're so tasty. And then my little chopsticks. And then I got some raspberries and blackberries. And I wanted to get some sort of like cheese cracker platter, but all the ones had meat and I don't eat meat. So I got this mini meal sweet and salty from Walmart. It has grapes, apples, peanut butter, Colby Jack cheese stick, crackers, and a Ghirardelli dark chocolate. Fancy. And then for dessert, I got chocolate chip brioche rolls, or yeah. So I'm very excited to eat all of this delicious food. So to start off, let's do another question. Let's see. Not So Simply Nate asked, who is your biggest inspiration on your music style? I take inspiration from a lot of artists. I like to think that I listen to a wide variety of music. I think who I am inspired by the most musically would be probably Stray Kids. They are a K-pop boy group. I am not a K-pop artist. I'm an American alt-pop artist. But I do love K-pop, and I love that Stray Kids make all of their own music. So I love their production process, the fact that they work together to produce their own backtracks and beats, and then they also write their own lyrics, and they're just everything they do with their music process is what I aspire and try to do with my own music. I produce my own beats most of the time. I also write my own lyrics, and I try to make everything very personalized to me, which is also kind of what they do. And then I really like their wide variety of styles. So they are more known for their noise music, or they're more like they're louder, more energetic tracks, but they also have some more slower, more emotional tracks. They can do upbeat and fun. They can do, you know, more jazzy. They have like a wide variety of music styles in their songs, and I just think that that's really interesting, and that's kind of what I want to do with my own music as well. So Stray Kids, I say, would be probably my biggest music inspiration. Alrighty, let's get in on these veggie rolls. They're very big today. Oh, and they're already falling apart. Of course they are. Okay. This is not going very well. Come on. I think I'm nervous. I promise I'm usually better than this. This is the best veggie rolls I've ever had. I get these from Kenzo. I go there a lot. Kenzo is like I think it's not a chain, I think it's just like a locally owned restaurant where I live, and it's so delicious. So I really love their veggie rolls. I like their jalapeno poppers. I like they have really good like veggie miso soup. It's just everything there is so delicious. So I go there a lot. Let's try and eat these without making them fall apart. Oh, and it's falling apart. They're cut more thin than usual, is my excuse. Well, there's like a tiny piece of avocado that I'm trying to get. Okay. Next question. So, Dancy C asked, who is your role model? And I did a lot of thinking for this question. So I was like, who is my role model? It's a question I've been asked since elementary school, and I've never had an answer to it. I have, through the years, kind of changed it a bit. I said Emma Watson. I said my mom. I said, all these different things. And I think in terms of role model, meaning like who I look up to a lot of people. I look up to BTS, I look up to Stray Kids, I look up to I used to look up to Dan and Phil a lot. I still do to some degree. A lot of people throughout my life have been very motivational, and I look up to a lot of people in my life. One Direction was a big role model for me when I was younger. I think if I were to place that term on just one person, I think I'd probably have to say myself. And I know that's gonna sound so stupid. Like, I'm my own role model. But I am, because I, throughout my life have changed a lot, and I, like, looking back at my life, I know that the younger version of myself would be very proud of where I am today. which makes me very happy. And so I think I am my own role model in the sense that I am the source of my own motivation. I am who I look towards when I'm like, hey, look at how far you've come, you know, you can keep going, you can keep doing this, and you'll go even further, you know? So, like, I like to find that motivation within myself and kind of look up to who I am now and look up to who I can be. So, yes, I am my own role model. To answer that question. What should I eat next? So some berries. No, I was gonna get blueberries too, but they were like twice the price, and I was like, no. Why are they so expensive? They're probably like not in season or something. I don't know much about growing food. I have like no ability to grow anything. I definitely don't have a green thumb. I think I have a black thumb. So I remember when I was younger, I was saving up for a trip, and so I was like, hey, you know, if anyone needs any help, like, you want to pay me for it. And so this one woman was like, hey, I'm going out of town for a week, can you like come over and like water my plants and stuff? And I was like, oh yeah, for sure. And so I went over every day. She had like specific detailed instructions of like, use this amount of water for this plant, this amount of water for this plant, do this twice a day, do this once every 3 days. Like, she had like detailed instructions, and I followed those instructions to a T. Like, I followed those instructions exactly. By the end of the week, all of her plants were dead. The indoor plants and the outdoor plants. And she got back and I was like, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. I was like, I followed the instructions, but your plants still died. And she was like, it's okay. It's probably just, you know, like the weather was probably different or something. And she was so nice about it. And I was like, I just killed all of your plants. She's like, no, we can probably get them to come back. She never asked me to watch her plants again. No, I cannot take care of plants. The only thing I've ever successfully grown is mold. And I don't mean that in a gross way. I mean, like, I remember back in like middle school when we had like, they would give us like a little bean and we had to like grow it into a bean plant. Like a day in, like I literally brought it home and immediately forgot about it. And so I left it out on the windowsill, and like in the Ziploc bag that the bean was in, we were supposed to put like a wet paper towel, and we were supposed to like change the paper towel out every once in a while, but I never did. So after like, I probably remembered that it was sitting in my window after like a few months, and I went and I looked at my bean, and the bean was still just a bean, but the Ziploc bag and the paper towel was covered in mold. Like, yeah, mold. And I was like, oh, whoopsie. So, if you ever need someone to watch your plants, I would suggest someone else. I don't have any real plants. I have like a fake pot of flowers from IKEA. I had a succulent at one point because I was like, well, I can probably take care of a succulent. I could not. It is dead. I love berries. Okay. Next question. Runa NCK asked, how did you get to listen to K-pop? So I guess, like, how did I get into K-pop? I liked K-pop from a young age. Like, I remember I really liked, I think the first K-pop song I ever, like, listened to that I knew was K-pop was I Need You by BTS. But I was like, no, I like K-pop because, like, I live in Texas, and, like, not as much anymore, but especially when I was younger, like, you could not like K-pop. If you liked K-pop, everybody at school was gonna hate you, and they were gonna bully you all the time, and I got bullied enough, so I was like, no, I'm not gonna like K-pop. I can't like K-pop. So I just didn't ever listen to it. I was like, no, I can't like it. And then in 2020, when we went online, because of, like, you know, Corona and all that, I kind of got out of my own head because I was away from all the, like, toxic negativity of high school, and I got really into BTS. Trying to think what the first song was that I got really into. I know that I was, like, obsessed with Black Swan. Like, obsessed. I still am. I'm still obsessed with Black Swan. I will never get over it. But I remember the first time that I watched the music video, because I was, like, sitting in my room in my old house, and I was like, maybe I'll listen to, like, a couple songs, see if they're worth the hype. And I listened to Black Swan, and I watched the music video, and I was done for. I was done for. I fell right in, and I never looked back. There was no hope for me after that music video. So then I watched the music video, and then I rewatched it like 20 bajillion times, because I was like, it's still amazing. And I still watch it, like, a lot. But I think that's probably one of my all-time favorite BTS songs. Is Black Swan. I love it so much. And so then I started listening to, like, other BTS songs. I was like, well, is there, like, anything else? Maybe listen to On, because this was, like, right after the Map of the Soul 7 came out, that album. And I remember that I had heard a couple people talking about it in school, and so when we went online, I was like, hey, you know, I know they were really excited for this album, let me just check it out. And that's how I discovered Black Swan and the rest of the album, and I love the album. I love the album so much. And yeah, so I fell in real deep. And then I think, so I really liked BTS, and then I got into, like, Red Velvet and Dreamcatcher, and, like, I slowly, because I was still getting over, like, my stigma of like, ooh, K-pop is bad and all that stupid stuff. So I like, you know, when I first heard like ITZY, I was like, oh, I don't like this, you know, I'll just like a few K-pop groups. It's like, no, I don't like this. And now I'm like a huge ITZY fan. I have like a giant poster and like their albums. But like it's kind of what happened with like all K-pop groups, because I was like, no, not another one, not another one. Yes, another one. So that's my K-pop journey. Let's see. When did you, Direct Back 228 asked, when did you discover your talent for music? First of all, thank you for thinking that I have a talent for music. I honestly am just vibing. So, I remember all growing up, I really, really liked to sing and dance. That was like, I thought it was so fun. And then when I got to middle school, I got super self-conscious. When I was in middle school, I got super self-conscious and insecure, and I tried out for my first ever musical, and I did not get accepted. And so when I didn't get accepted, I thought that that meant that I was just really bad at singing. So I was like, okay, well, I didn't make it in the musical, I guess I suck. So then I stopped singing and I stopped dancing for probably like 3-4 years. And then when I got to like my freshman year of high school, I was like, okay, maybe I like to dance. So I got into like, I really liked like line dancing, and like that's when I started to get into like lightly choreographed dancing. And I started to like start choreographing things myself. Like I made this really crappy choreo to like Woman by Harry Styles. If I can find it, I'll put it here. But yeah, so I started choreographing and I started dancing again, and I really, really, really loved to dance. Like I got really back into dancing. I started to feel like the happiness and the freedom that I felt with dancing from before, and I finally kind of had that back. And then when I was a sophomore, I started therapy, and that helped so much. So much. I'm so grateful to have been able to start therapy young. I should have started it a lot younger, but I'm really glad that I got to start it when I did. And so yeah, I started therapy, started working through a lot of the stuff that was going on in my brain, and that's when I really got back into singing. And so I started singing again. Another thing that really got me back into singing was I started watching Thai dramas. I love Thai dramas. But one thing that I really liked about Thai dramas was that everybody, like, they would just sometimes just sing. And it didn't matter, like, if you were a professional singer, or if you, like, had years of experience, or if you just wanted to sing, or if you were just told to sing. Like, everyone just sang. And I was like, why can't I do that? Why can't I just sing and then not have it matter whether or not I'm good? So I started singing again, and then I started, as I kept singing, I was like, hey, maybe I'm not bad. Maybe I'm not as bad as I thought I was. And then I took some vocal lessons, started like looking at different musical career options, and that's how I ended up here, because I decided, I was like, you know what, maybe I can do this. So now I'm doing this. I'm singing and dancing, and I love it so much. It brings me so much happiness every day. So I'm really, really grateful that I found music again, because I've always liked writing poetry, and so like writing poetry is really similar to songwriting. And so when I was like, you know, maybe I can sing, and then like as I started to sing, like music just started to come to me, and I'd be like sitting in the car like waiting to pick up my brother from school, and I'd be like, I just have a song in my head. And so I would just write it down, record it on like the audio app on my phone, and just go from there. And then I was like, maybe I can make my own music, and that's what I'm doing. So yay. Let's see. So I had a couple questions who asked, let's see, Nancy C and I Love My Boyfriend 211020 both asked, what is your inspiration, or what is your biggest inspiration? So I'd say my biggest inspiration, like as an object, would be the stage, because every time that I go and I see a concert or a play or a musical or just any sort of stage performance, I just get so inspired. I will cry, because I'm like, I just imagine that it's me up on the stage, and I want that so much. I want to be on the stage, and I want to be performing, and I want, you know, the crowd to be there for me, and I want all the lights and the music and the grandeur of it all. It makes me so excited and inspired. And when I make music, when I write songs and produce beats and everything like that, I make the songs already like imagining different ways to perform it. So like when I make a song, on one hand I think about like, I'm imagining like how it would look to present it as a music video, and I'm imagining how I would perform it live, and all of this, like, so I can like envision the song like as a performance. And so that's how I make my music, is I make my music as a performance, like intended to be performed. And so that's why I think the stage is my biggest inspiration, just because like, yeah, I just see someone on stage and I want to be on stage, and it inspires me to make music, and my music inspires the performance, and it's just a big circle. Mikuni asked, what's your fave K-pop song to dance to? That is a hard question. I'm gonna start on the brioche, because we're getting close to the end here. If I can open it. But my favorite K-pop song to dance to, I don't know if I have one. I love so many different K-pop dances and different styles of dance. So I'm gonna roll. This is so good. I think the songs that I dance to the most, just like randomly, is How You Like That or Boombayah by Blackpink, On by BTS, Black Swan by BTS, I already talked about that, Oh Mama by Bling Bling. I just randomly go like, oh mama, oh mama, oh nana, like, no, yeah, just randomly do that. Ice Cream Cake by Red Velvet, Wannabe by ITZY, Fever, Blessed Curse by Unhypen, literally anything Stray Kids. I love Stray Kids dances. They're probably my favorite type of dances. I will do backdoor all the time, thunderous, now I'm doing maniac. Like, I love Stray Kids dances. I want to do them all. Love Shot by EXO. It's the shot. Like, I'm just, it's so sexy. I think my favorite style of K-pop dance is I really like more like loud, energetic ones. I also really like cute dances, like I said, Ice Cream Cake, Wee Woo by Pristin, like the wee wee woo. That kind of style as well. So, ta-da! Okay. I think that's all the questions that we have for today. So I really enjoyed this. I like to sit down, have a little bit of a meal. This is a lot of food, so there's no way I'm finishing this in the span of one video. But all of this was delicious, and I will be eating it. Yeah, so thank you for inspiring me to get all this delicious food. Because I was like, I had an excuse. I was like, no, because usually like I'm like, oh, no, I can just have like a salad from home. But today I was like, I'm filming a video, eating. I need to get all my veggie rolls and my brioche and my fruit, and it's gonna be delicious. So thank you for this excuse. I'm gonna thoroughly enjoy all of this. And thank you so much for asking all of those questions. I was so surprised to see how many people asked questions, and how many people asked questions that like were actually about my music. Like, thank you so much. That made me so happy. I'm so grateful for all of you. And I cannot wait to show you everything that I'm working on. I'm working on so much stuff right now. It's gonna be amazing. So stick around. I really hope that you like it, and have a nice day. Bye bye.